Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm coming to you from a very wet Sydney town today. The rain's actually stopped for a moment, but it's very hot, very humid, and it has been very wet. But there is a bright side to this. I received a lovely parcel in the post today that a present for myself, and I wanted to share it with you because I figure this is something that a lot of people would really enjoy. It's a journal, and it's called A Clockwork Journal. A Clockwork Reader. That's the lady who produced this. She's got her own YouTube channel, which I'll link to below, and she's all about reading, and she likes to journal and make a note of what she's read and what she likes. And she's actually produced this journal, and I thought I would share it with you. I'm an avid reader. I read every single night, or as much as I can. And for me, it's a way to wind down at night. It's a way to sort of switch off from the day and, yeah, escape. And I guess that's the reason most people read. It doesn't matter what you read or how often you read. I think if you're a reader, you really enjoy it. And I thought this journal would be just a fabulous thing because I read on an e-reader. And sometimes I forget the books that I've read. I know I can go back and have a quick look, but it's not like scanning a bookshelf or things like that. And I'm not one of these people who use Goodreads as a way to keep track of their books. And I like the idea of having this physical copy, and it is a beautiful journal. I mean, you can see it's got gold leaf in it, and it's this really nice sort of juicy spring green. And I really just wanted to walk you through it. So it's done as if you've done it yourself, and that was one of the things I really enjoyed about this. So you can see there's lots of hand lettering in there, and it's as if Hannah had actually done this, and I think she must have, because it really does look like the artwork in it really does look like it's been done with pens. But it's actually got a lot of really good things in it. She's given you an example of how to fill in, but we'll go back to that. So the first page that you can start to fill in is about your favourite books. Isn't that just gorgeous? And it really does look like you've done it yourself, with these beautiful vines going up the page, and it is printed to say title and author. So you can write in here books that you've already read, or if you're wanting to do it, say you wanted to do it for this year, you would write in your favourites that you've started to read. Reading goals. Now, I know this is another thing that you can do on Goodreads, but as I say, I'm not really that person. Perhaps you're not either. So you can have your reading goals there. Maybe how many books you want to read. If you want to try new authors or new genres, that would be a great place to start. Maybe you've decided this year that you're going to try and read more indie authors, which I think is a great one. And then you've got your stats here, and it says, I want to read so many books in, and that could perhaps be a month, a quarter, the entire year. And there's other bits and pieces down here. To be read. This is a great one. You know, there's quite often that you see books and you think, oh, I would really like that. Maybe you've seen it on a YouTube post or on social media or whatever, and you think, I'd really like to read that. But you're never really sure where to write those things down. You put it on a bit of paper, you could lose it. Sorry, I'm a bit hot today. You know, so having a list of these things, I think, is fantastic, because then, you know, if you don't get to it there and then, you know where to go back and look for these things. And then you've also got this one, which is what to read next. And this is good. This one is more about when you're not sure of what you want to read. So whereas the last section is all about books that you fancy, this is giving you some prompts, like a proper journal prompts. So read a book published in the year you were born. Read a book with a movie or TV adaptation. Read an author's debut book. Read read the next book in a series that you haven't finished yet. Now, I'm not going to tell you all of these because I'll be spoiling it for you. But again, it's done in such a lovely way that you can tell that she's really taken the time to design this and illustrate. And it could be something that you've done yourself. And if you're like me and not particularly good at doing these letterings and things, I think it's a real joy to have. I mean, I do journal, and I am planning to share my journaling with you, maybe not this month because I'm still very new to what I'm wanting to achieve, and I'd rather show you a bit more. But this is something that you could really aspire to. It has that real handmade feel. It's got quotes in it. And you know, you would really feel like, yeah, I could have done that myself. I mean, in some ways you could almost pass it off as if you've done it yourself, but that's just being cheeky. And then we get to the part where you actually write about your books that you've read in here. So you've got your title, how many stars you gave it. It's got things like favourite quotes, would you recommend the book? And there is masses of pages to fill up. And in between them all, let me just find the one that I flicked past. She's got little pages that are of illustrations in between and quotes, like you probably would do, again, journaling yourself. And I just find it charming. There we go. It was books that made me feel that perhaps I was not completely alone. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? And if you're a book lover, you will completely understand that quote. You'll know what that means to you. And there's another one, which I'm not going to share because I don't want to spoil it completely for you, because it's a treat to look through this even before I've started it. At the back, there's even more. So you've got your pages for your favourite authors and the books that they've written. There's a number of those pages there. Quotes from books that you like. Most anticipated. And this is one that I've never really thought about, and I think it would actually be nice to go back and look at. Your favourite childhood books. Now, how nice would it to be going to revisit some of your favourites from childhood? You know, whether that was Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, or something a bit more contemporary, or, you know, good old Judy Blume that, you know, many people would have grown up with. You've got books to screen. Favourite movies. So if you're a movie lover as well, which I am, you can write down your movies that you've been watching there. And your favourite TV shows. Again, I quite like to watch a show, so I've never really thought of keeping a note of them. And this is so fascinating. Playlists for reading. I don't tend to worry about music when I'm reading a book because I get so drawn into the book itself that it doesn't matter what's going on. I am absorbed in that world with those people doing whatever it is they do. But I know a lot of people love to listen to music while they're reading. Perhaps it sets the scene for them. And I do have some music, sorry, my hair's driving me nuts. I do have some music that takes me back to books that I've read years and years ago, which music quite often does. It'll take you back to a different place. They've got a place to talk about where you get your books, whether that's a library, a bookstore, online, your bookish creators. Now, this isn't authors. These are people who you might follow on social media or YouTube. So it could be an author. It could just be somebody that enjoys reading books and likes to talk about them, or which is Hannah. Her channel is A Clockwork Reader. So it's a great place to actually note down who they are, think about what they've inspired you with as well. And then they've got a part about the author at the back. Again, I can't stress enough how much fun this is going to be to get into this year. And, you know, it's a fairly substantial journal. It's not small. I got it off Amazon. I think it was about $40 US. So depending on where you are, obviously that price is going to change. And I actually think it's well worth it. I've recently got back into doing things like that. I've always wanted to journal, and yeah, I've had a few issues which have stopped me being able to keep going with that, which I might get into at a later date. But now that I've started getting into it, I'm really loving journaling, and this is just going to be a way to take it into a different avenue and combine two things that I really like reading the books and journaling. So again, totally recommend it. I am not affiliated with this in any shape or form, but it is such a good purchase that I really wanted to share it with you and hope that some of you out there would enjoy it as well. Anyway, have a good day, friends. You stay safe, and let me know if you think you're going to buy this journal. I'd be really interested in what you think of it as well. Don't forget to hit subscribe, press the like button, press the bell to get reminded of when I've got new videos out, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.